Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Kicking off with King's Quest 2. What a cracker. Listen to that music, listen to those tunes. He goes to the magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. He sees a vision of a quartz tower. To reach it, he must pass through a magic something, and I didn't get to read it because I can't read that fast. You gotta look down within the tower. Graham now knows what to do. He's no longer the king. He's relinquishing the throne, and he's just gonna bugger off ski and leave everyone there to suffer their fates. As you do. What a champ. What a champion. Alright. Welcome back to another side quest. I'm going to turn that volume down a little bit because it's probably going to annoy you more than it's annoying me, to be fair. So, I want to build myself an unfair advantage. Large companies would inevitably have lots of really cool tools at their disposal. Oh, jeez. God help me. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm starting to write code. We're in for a treat. Anyway, if I was a large company, a multi-million or billion-dollar organization, I've probably got a CRM. I've probably got all sorts of cool analytics dashboards that are giving me insights into my customer base, competitors, and all of those fun things as well. I'm going to turn my volume down because it's bloody annoying. The key is I don't have that sort of money, disposable income to throw away on these fancy systems that, frankly, some of them are fantastic, some of them are a little bit shit. So I thought, why not build my own suite of tools? And then, more than that, why don't I just give it to my community so that they can also have unfair advantages in the businesses that they're hoping to establish. So if you want to be part of the Teach Yourself Out community and join other like-minded teachers that want to become entrepreneurs and product managers, link will be down in the description. But if you're a community member, yes, I can teach you how to become a product manager. Yes, I can teach you how to use Cursor. Yes, I can teach you how to use your unique advantages that you have as a teacher to build awesome products and to come up with awesome ideas and then turn those into, $10, $15, $20, $30,000 a month incomes. But wouldn't it be more interesting if I gave you tools that could help you scale even further, to find your audience, to understand their pain points, to bring all the signals together into a single place and just give that to you as part of the general package. So I was thinking a lot about that. And really I see it, at least at this stage, and again, the community may steer this to add additional features and functionalities. That'll just be part of the deal. But I see it as really four main things that I want to build. And I'm only going to set up the baseline today, which is probably just the web page, and then tomorrow and the next day and the day after. So I'll do this over consecutive days. The first one is the opportunity radar. And the idea here is that it will find leads. In other words, it will find, people that are warm leads or hot leads that come through various places, be that LinkedIn or otherwise, and also identify trends automatically. So, figuring out what's hot in the market, what my customer base or my ideal customer personas are looking for, so that I can pivot or I can expand or I can reach out to them or I can come up with tailored marketing to basically get them on board. The other thing that I want to do is come up with an idea validation tool. So part of being an entrepreneur is, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you write down lots of ideas. So I actually have a chat with myself. I actually have a chat with what I call my second brain. And if you're interested in understanding what I do with my second brain, it's basically an AI agent that takes my ideas that I throw out to the ether. Even things like YouTube videos that I find interesting or articles that I find and I just don't have time to read or watch that in its in full. It'll take those ideas and basically just file them away for me so I can come back to them at a later stage. But anyway, I digress. I come up with a lot of ideas, and most entrepreneurs do. Their sole purpose for living is to figure out what the pain points are and then come up with solutions that they can sell towards those pain points. And some of those ideas are great, some of them are shit. And the idea validation tool, as I see it, will score ideas based on a whole bunch of variables and essentially say, hey, is this a waste of time? Are you just going to expend, basically use a lot of your free time to build something that is not valuable? Or is this something you should pursue? And if so, go to the next step and it'll actually validate that idea further. It'll find your audience. It'll help you come up with all sorts of other things that you can do to sort of bring that to market. The other one is the content multiplier. So a problem with being a small business is, you can create a YouTube video like this one, but inevitably that's one piece of content. To be successful in the noise, the clutter, the AI generated slop that's out there at the moment, you really need to be putting yourself out there more than just once. And with one content idea, figuring out how you can turn that into 20 pieces of content for less or the same amount of work. And then finally, we need some kind of portal to pull this all together. So some easy to use platform that all of it's in the one place, makes it really intuitive for business owners, entrepreneurs, teachers to just come in, see what's happening every day, and make decisions based on real actionable data. That's the goal for this project. I have put together what's called a product requirements document, and the way that I source this, and I'll do a separate video on this process, I came up with the initial kernel, the initial idea for this, and I started a chat. Like, I have a master prompt that I use with Claude, and I get it to ask me questions until I'm actually really genuinely excited for an idea. I see here that there are still some things that I don't really appreciate that it needs to go through and fix. But in essence, it is a starting point document that lists out the key things that we need to build and how we go about building those in our, selected stack. For me, that's TypeScript on Vercel with a Neon DB in the background. But for others, it could be anything. And really, the language and the deployment platform it makes no difference to this process ultimately, because the master prompt will ensure that you're answering those questions up front, or it will make decisions for you that are easier for you if you're non-technical as well. So that's that. And again, those prompts and that suite of tools that I'm talking about right now are all part of the community. It's in what I call the vault, and you get access to all of that, and a bunch of other things as well, including my cursor rules. My cursor rules make sure that whatever code gets written is strict, it adheres to good practices, it's secure, it's compliant, it does all of that stuff, and I'm constantly iterating on these rules as well, so they're always up to date. And again, that's all available in the community inside of the vault. I'm going to start without a prompt today. What I've done, I've actually just dragged and dropped my PRD document into the chat interface, and I've put myself on planning mode. I'm using Claude Opus 4.6, and I'm going to say, please read and synthesize. Oh, geez, I can't spell for crap, can I? The size, the PRD, and create a plan to get to production. It needs to be modular, so in the future we can expand and add new features not yet captured in the PRD. Now, we have a whole bunch of other stuff installed here inside of Cursor, and again, we will go through this in the community in a live session. But in essence, I have these things called MCPs. Now, an MCP, think of it like a little bit of AI magic that allows an agent to know how to use the programming interfaces of different software solutions. So Neon is a cloud-based database provider. The MCP allows the agent to go and do things on my behalf. So it'll provision the database for me. It'll do all of those things on my behalf, and I won't have to do that. But it does it using essentially my or a persona that I've given it. So it has certain permissions. It can't go in there and wipe out other databases, for example, but it can create new ones, and all of that rules and permissioning and all of that stuff is set at that layer. So that's there. I've got a few other ones as well that I use. ShadCN is another one that you'll see come up. Think of that as a component or a library of components for dashboards and visualizations and all sorts of different things that make it very easy to pull together a user interface that is accessible. It will be device agnostic. It'll work on mobile devices, all that sort of stuff. So you'll see a few of these cropping up, and I'll show you how to configure those as well. But in essence, I want to say, please make sure to use the Neon DB MCP for DB and authentication. Also use ShadCN from the beginning, and use the MCP to make sure our platform is beautiful and modern. Okay. Planning mode. It's going to go away. It's going to do planning, and while it's doing planning, I am going to get into the game and move before it forces me. I wonder if I can expand this out, because last game I was playing, the window was so small it was doing my head. Oh, look at that! I can see. Oh, and I've just killed my stream. Oh, sorry guys. Let me just fix that up. That was terrible, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm such an amateur at this stuff. Anyway, let's let that go. Now I can actually see where I'm going, and here we are inside of King's Quest. King's Quest 2 to be specific. Now, we did ascend to the throne at the end of the first game, but now we are adventuring in the second game. Let's have a look. Now, what will happen in Cursor, it will end up asking me questions. So inevitably, I will need to go and answer... can I go check post? Look inside post box. Look inside. Open. Yeah. Look. Cottage is located in a thick wood. A patio shades the front entrance, and flowers adorn. Like, it's very, very descriptive. Open door. Oh, it's Mother Hubbard. Talk to lady. Grandma is very weak. Her voice wavers as she says, "Good day, kind sir. I would like to offer you a cup of tea, but as you can see, I am ailing." Yes, yes, you are. I don't want that. Can help lady. Bring lady tea. Get lady tea. Help. Alright. Open. Cloud of pillows and coverets. Alright. Open. I don't see much in here. Open cupboard. Alright. Before we go any further, let me save. New save. Jason. Okay. So paranoia ahoy. Now I'll pause. And you'll see that Cursor has come through and generated an architecture. Okay, so it's actually thought through based on my product requirements document exactly what it needs to build and how it will do it. So it's got the tech stack here, the foundation and the scaffold. So episode 1, we're going to do this. It's very clever that it split it up for me. This is its, for episode 2, the opportunity radar. It's going to build all of this stuff in little pieces, and it's actually broken down the step by step for how to do this. So I'm now going to go and press build, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to build, and I'm going to go and walk around this amazing world that we call King's Quest. Oh my god, terrible. I should probably consider some sleep at some point in my life. Let's move you over here. Now, I have never actually played King's Quest 2. I've played the first one, although I may be lying. Like, I may have played it when I was really, really young. But I actually don't recall, to be honest. Get mail. Oh, collect mail. Surely, put up flag. In America, they have these post boxes, don't they? And where they put the little mail flag up if there's mail. We don't have that here in Australia, at least not that I've ever seen. Usually, they just throw my mail over the fence. If I'm lucky, if it arrives ever. So I'm looking for a tower, which is obviously quite far away, and it's going to take me quite some time to get there. Just walking through the forest. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. This is totally fresh to me. Oh, we've come across a church with ringing bells. That is novel. A beautiful fairy floats down from the sky. Aww. That's nice. Hi, fairy. Talk. Oh, the fairy starts to sprinkle fairy dust on you. Good King Graham, I'm here to help you, she says. I give you a protective spell against certain evil elements, but beware, for it lasts only a short time. Thank the fairy. Okay. So she's given me some kind of blessing. I don't know what that does, but let's save the game because I'm paranoid. You can see inside of Cursor, by the way, that it's used the Shad CN config. So it's actually understood the MCP, what it can and can't do. And yeah, it's going ahead and just following it. Oh, hello, mister. They have very large pews. They seem somewhat excessively high-backed. Why don't I get a look at priest? Look, man. The monk. It's a monk. I apologize. In a simple ankle-length robe, a belt of thin leather in his tied around his arm. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Talk to monk. You speak to the praying monk, but he does not respond. He seems deep in worship. Okay. Hit monk. Punch monk. Ugh, you're annoying. You know what I mean. You know too well what I mean. Lies. Well. Oh. We seem to have come to the end of that particular part of the map. There is some water there. It's kind of not very thrilling. I remember when I was younger, right? They used to have like the box art for these things, and you can see some of it behind me actually. I wouldn't mind finding this um, if I could find it again on old school floppy disk, because the box art was pretty cool. But it used to also come with like books inside, and it would tell you how to do stuff in the game, like even like progress of how you do and what you're supposed to look for and all of that sort of stuff, and a list of the commands and shit. I miss those days. I do miss buying a physical copy of a game and putting the disc in. And whereas now, even if you do buy a physical copy, often it's just a digital download, and it's just not quite the same. I even remember it sounds weird, but I remember the smell of the boxes as you open them. Yeah, it's sad that you can't do that stuff anymore. Aww. The sign says closed. Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's disappointing. I do like me an antique store. Ooh. Oh, that looks a bit bleak. That looks a bit bleak. Ooh, there's nothing up here. That tree looks dead. So cursor is just done a bit of a test build just to make sure that the what's called the routes. The slash whatever slash dashboard slash whatever, those things are all working appropriately. It's installed a few packages that it needs to get up and running, and now it's generating a front page, which is kind of fun. Just to see what design, like I didn't prime it with a design language, which is a bit of a no-no. Usually you'd want to give it, at least the colors and the fonts and all of that sort of stuff in a well thought through design language. It's something we will do a little bit more of in the community as well. There's lots of different ways that you can come up with a design language, and obviously there are experts in that field as well that can source that for you and create those assets for you. But for now, I'm just going to let AI do what it thinks is right. Is there anything in this log? Look in log. It's log. Little dwarf. Dwarves have a bad reputation for stealing treasure. Luckily, I've got nothing. Yeah, of course. I don't have anything to give him, so what was he going to take? When you peer inside the old hollow, you see a flashing necklace of... Ooh, get necklace. Lucky. Yes. That's a win. Who keeps leaving necklaces in logs and shit, though? Look at branch. You see pieces of scattered wood lying on the ground. The wood is of no importance. I know that. I'm just trying to be difficult. I'm back at this little place. Very underwhelming. My progress is underwhelming. Now, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to save, because I know it's probably auto-save, but I now have some jewels. I wonder what's down... Ooh. Oh, that's mean. Lucky I saved, huh? Lucky I saved the game. Alright. Restore. I know not to do that now. That was stupid. What's up here? Oh. That's That's disconcerting. But I want to go in. Look at cave. The forbidding cave is the home of Hagatha, the wicked old hag. Well, that's not very nice. Maybe she's a really lovely person. There are human skulls on stakes at the entrance. This is not a reassuring sign. Well, you know what? I think she's going to be lovely. I don't believe it. I think she just needs a hug. Where am I? What is inside that cage? Look in cage. Open cage. Oh, isn't that a good thing? Look in cauldron. Pour out cauldron. Empty cauldron. Pick up skull. Alright, so I'm going to save it under a new save. Side quest 2. Alright, and I'm going to pause. So, Cursor has actually built us a landing page, which looks great in dark mode. I actually do agree. I think it looks kind of schnaz. And the dashboard looks kind of snazzy too. You'll see that it's used the very cool componentry of Shad CN. Of course, there's nothing here because it hasn't been built yet, but it's running through and it's doing the test automation for me, which is kind of incredible when you think about it. Like, it's actually gone ahead now and it's building, or it's testing, it's running, it's controlling the browser to make sure that things are working the way that we would want them to. Everything looked great. Workspace. Okay, yep, see, watch it. It's controlling the browser for me. And it's just doing some final testing, which is pretty cool. You see that it's put multiple... oh, shit. Oh, I was protected by the spell. Take that, you stupid bitch. You see that it's put all of my businesses there. Right? So it's not just... it's understood that there's more to what I'm doing than... Yeah, that's clever. So you see that I can actually filter by different organization. That's going to be powerful for community owners who may have multiple side incomes or multiple businesses that they're trying to run or multiple communities that they're in turn trying to manage as well. You can see that I've got 3, which are my main side gigs. So I've got Teachnology, which is the company. Links down below if you're interested in working with me. Teach Yourself Out, which is our community. And Katoomba Cottages, actually. I have a couple of cottages that we manage up here in the Blue Mountains as well. And what it's done is gone, okay, well, I'm going to pull all of this together so you have one dashboard where all of your signals and all of your communications and everything comes together in an easy to manage space, which is kind of freaking awesome, not gonna lie. It'll save me looking at lots of different spaces. I wonder if I can add new features like managing emails, managing different Google Analytics codes, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, exciting. It's moving on to the phase 2, by the way. I was going to make this a multi-part episode. It may actually just knock it out in a single hit. So it's creating all the phase 2 files in parallel, API clients, pipelines. So I was looking at how do we do the Reddit post, how do we do the search results, how do we see what's happening in Google Analytics. My goodness, it is going all in. Ooh, hello. trident. Pick up trident. Pick up trident. Yes. I'm gonna save because that's a win. Can I kill stuff with that? Because if I can kill things with that's gonna come in handy. Scary forest. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. Here's a big map. See nothing special at the log. Alright. What's up here? Nothing. We're at kind of the end of that. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, I really do dig the old art styles. I was so simple, but I don't know, there's a little element of needing to, I don't know, have an imagination, I guess. And I think that imagination goes a long way. And frankly, the colors are awesome. Why do I get the feeling that's the same pond that I fell into earlier? We've just done a full loop of the map. That's what I reckon's happened. I want to go this way. So the reason I play these games while I'm using cursor, as you can tell, got quite a bit of downtime. Like shitloads of downtime while AI kind of just iterates and does its thing. I'm sure at some point I'll have to intervene and make judgment calls and change things that I don't like, but we'll get to that in due course. Right now it seems to be doing a pretty cool job. Okay, so we are absolutely back at the old lady's house. Is there anything up here worthwhile? I wonder if saving that bird will come in handy at some point. I wonder if it's gonna pay off. It bloody better. That was scary going into that old witch's bloody house. Okay, so I'm back here. So I'm just doing laps now. In other words, there's not that much on this map. I'm just not seeing what I need to do. So there's clearly some steps that I haven't taken yet. I have a feeling it is actually going to try really hard to finish the whole game in one go. Not whole game, sorry. The whole experience in a single shot. Just an old hollow log. Yeah. I'm hollow inside too. Oh, fudge off, buddy. Little twat. What's over here? Oh. That's the castle. Huh. Well, I can't get over there, can I? It doesn't look like there's any way over there either. What am I supposed to do? I don't see a lot of options. It's kind of a lot of empty space. Over the hill we go. Haven't been here before, but there's nothing here. No one to interact with. No one to love. So it's building phase 4. Just putting it out there that what was meant to be 5 episodes worth of content, as boring as it is watching me play video games and for watching an AI agent just basically do what the hell it wants to do, I might just have to skip forward and make this a bit quicker, because it's going to one-shot it. It's actually going to one-shot the whole experience, which is just completely insane. There's a cave there. I wonder if that's legit. Is the cave legit? Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, it is. Alright, alright, alright. Now this is a little bit spooky. Look in hole. There is a diamond and sapphire brooch. Ooh. Pick up brooch. Is that how I spell brooch? Yes. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, let's be totally honest. Like, what am I supposed to do with the brooch? Gives me some points, I guess. Back here with this dude. I wonder if he. Sit. How do you? Ha. There's you for first time. He stands and asks you for your name. Talk to monk. I am Jathan. Jason. Tell monk you are George. What's your name again? I can't bloody remember. Talk to monk. I go by George. I am George. Alright, while it's doing that, I actually just want to have a quick look here at cursor. I was getting confused. My tired brain. I know your name is Graham. George is the name of my dog. The kindly monk explains that he has heard of you and your quest. Here is my cross. It will protect you from evil, he says. He removes a chain with a silver cross from around his neck and gives it to you. The monk then resumes his prayers. Okay. So that looks like a very good opportunity for me to save the game. Oh, idea validated. Look at this. Look, just like seriously, just look at what Cursor has produced. So describe your business idea and get an AI-powered scorecard. Now, we haven't hooked up the AI side of things yet, and I'll definitely be leaving that for a future episode, but holy crap. Daily priorities. So I might put non-negotiables in here as well as a dashboard that you can tick off as well. And maybe this will become the interface for my second brain idea as well. That's what it's increasingly starting to look like. Your AI-powered operations team. Oh. 4 modules: opportunity radar, idea validator, content multiplier, the portal. Yes. This is looking pretty good, guys. Now, I'm going to put a lot of effort into this to refine it over time, but as a one-shot dashboard, I think a lot of the hard stuff, the complex stuff, will happen under the hood. Like, how do you come up with the daily priorities? How do you identify opportunities and all of that sort of stuff, and the signals, and putting all of that together into one place? I think that will take a little bit more thought. But as a starting point from a user interface, again, none of the data that's in here is real, but as a UI, I think it's looking pretty sick. So all 11 phases are complete. Let me update with the final state. All 5 phases internal ops toolkit are now complete. Here is a summary of what we have accomplished. You have 2 parallel pages that resolve to the same path. Yeah, there's a bug there. That's fine. Firstly, I'm going to keep all because that's shit. And I think I will say kill server running port. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to build what is in here? I should have just done that, shouldn't I? CD internal ops kit. What did I call it? Internal ops toolkit. npm run dev. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so dumb. I meant to build. And if that doesn't fix it, we'll do some fixing. Can't see, my eyes are blurry. It's nearly midnight. It'll do that to a person. Let's see if we can resolve this error. The server should be down. Yeah, that's good. So we do have some issues, which is fine. I don't want to do that. npm run build. Let's do that and just say there are some issues to fix first. And then I want to run my cyber suite over it as well. Just to see if it's production ready and to see if it's accessible and all of those fun things that we need to fix. Yeah, it's just killing off some duplicates. I don't know what it's done there. It's just decided I'm going to create additional stuff because I can. It's doing the build for me just to make sure, which is good. I don't really love it when it loads the server up. I prefer to control that because then I can terminate it myself versus letting it do it for me. It's got some cache issues, which is fine, not a big deal. Yeah, we want to fix some of these warnings. Anything that's deprecated, we definitely don't want that happening. I think that's because I forced it to use a very modern flavor of Next.js, which is fine. It's okay, but we'll come back to that. We'll definitely come back to that and make sure that everything is totally production ready later on. I want to check out the dashboard. Now, I don't believe we've got auth or any of those things running yet, but that's fine. So we want to make it multi-user. We want to make sure that the data is private and secure and people can't see other people's data, all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, portal, yep, radar. I want to go dark mode because I always do everything in dark mode. So scan, I don't know what the scan is actually doing. 0 posts, 0 opportunities for Reddit and Hacker News for relevant leads to configure your keywords in settings. So if I go to settings, you can see here my workspace name, my business. I can have multiple modules, multiple workspaces, which is very cool. Radar keywords. So this stuff hasn't been done yet, okay? And this is actually very clever. So instead of me spending my money on my AI, I can actually have it as BYO, which is it's actually kind of cool. I dig that. Yes, that is very good. Multiplier. Okay, content type, source type, video transcript, paste it in there, and it's going to generate multiple blog posts and things from my other content, which is clever. I think I can make that a little bit better, actually. I think I can make that a little bit more useful. Idea generation, I think that's pretty cool. Radar, and then my overall portal. Okay, so it's kind of like a full business opportunity pipeline, and I like the idea of the second brain in there as well, where I can upload an idea, it's going to file it for me. As a matter of fact, I want to capture that, and the way I like to capture these ideas is with voice input. I want to add another feature, kind of like a second brain, where I can via a message or some kind of connection to, say, maybe Telegram or WhatsApp or something where it's really easy for me to have my own space. Type in a message, type in a link to a video, or type in a YouTube link or a tweet, or a link to a document, and my tool here can go out, look at whatever that is, and then file it accordingly under ideas and apply tags, and then put it as an activity or a recent to-do list or an opportunity or something like that. It makes it very easy for me to manage my constant flow of ideas and action those accordingly. If you can help me do that and put it on the roadmap for future, that would be amazing. So what it's doing now is going through back into plan mode. And it's going to distill, I guess, what I said. It's going to check the memory, look at the current code base, see how it might fit in the idea of a second brain where I can type in a message. So the vision I've got in my head, and kind of what I do now with my agents, is I type a message to Telegram. Literally could be anything, and it's going to try and understand what that is, and it'll file it accordingly, kind of like into I use Obsidian, but it'll kind of use something similar here, so we can just keep coming up with ideas, and we have like a permanent file storage of ideas. Which channel caption? Okay, so it's asking me some questions. Um, we probably have to ask our community what we think that will be. I said Telegram just now. When you send a link or idea, how should AI route it? Suggest and confirm. AI suggests a category, ID content with tags, and you review an inbox before it gets filed. Fully automatic. AI classifies and files immediately into the right module. You can reclassify it later if needed. Yes. So Telegram bot, web inbox, a quick capture panel, dashboard itself. I think I kind of want both. Yeah, continue. So I basically said I want Telegram and I want a web interface where I can capture those ideas and it'll file things accordingly. A little bit of scope creep, I know that, but it's fun. And I think it'll be useful for people. Okay, so it's created the architecture document, input channels. Yep, web quick capture, Telegram post API. Yep, that's fine. Content fetcher, AI classification, ID validation. It'll opportunity radar, content multiplier capture. So it's going to far out. That's cool. What it's going to do is, if I put in a message that's like, here's an article. That I've read, it will automatically route that to, content multiply. It'll transform content that's been written by somebody else and then transform it into something that resonates with my audience, referencing back the original. So that's kind of cool. Or it goes into like an archive, or it goes into idea validation, or it goes into the opportunity radar. Far out. All right, second brain capture model. Let's build it. Fuck it, let's do it. I think I should probably go to bed soon. Ooh, I nearly fell down the hole again. Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah, it's gonna keep going. All right, that's fine. Let's go down here. I've done this before. Let's go up. Where should I go now? I want to know what to do with old Mother Hubbard. Wait a second. Alright, I'm going to try and find old lady again. I can't remember where she was. I know for a fact there's a bit of a design change. Maybe I can create the bot on behalf of others. No, I kind of think individuals would need to make their own bot inside of Telegram. I think that's a smarter option, to be honest. So a bit of a design change there that I'll need to do. That's fine. That should be fairly straightforward. That's actually really funny. to keep going in until it's not the wolf. Uh-oh, fairy spell is worn off. Now I'm in trouble. Shit. What am I supposed to do? Now it's Grandma again. Hot chicken soup. I need to go to the dwarf's house. Oh, okay. Where's the dwarf's house? I don't think I've seen a dwarf's house. Dwarf's house? Where's the dwarf's house? Strolling along. Anything over here? Nope, that's just the edge of her garden. Anything up here? No, that's just that dude. Just walking around. King Graham just on his own. No entourage, no security, no weapons. Where's the bloody dwarf? So that's the antique shop. Stuck on a tree. Stuck on a freaking tree. Getting very close to that water edge, aren't we? it's going to verify that the browser is doing what the browser is meant to do. It's kind of snazzy. I think I've been there, right? What the fuck? There's a door in the middle of nowhere. What am I supposed to do with a door in the middle of nowhere? Subreddits to monitor, radar keywords, Telegram bot. Dang. This thing is sick. Alright, how do I get there? Can I fall down? Oh, do I die? Oh no, it's a hole. I've fallen into a chasm. Well, that's not ideal. How do I get there? I need to get there. Ah, oh, little door. You little cock. Did I lose all my stuff? I don't know what happened then. Either way, I think I'm going to call it for the night, guys. Why? Everything seems to be... Oh, there's a bridge. There's a bridge. There's a bridge. Did I get stuff stolen? I don't know. Did I? You seemed to go poof and disappeared, though. But I don't think I'm protected anymore. Yes. Alright, I'm going to save it under a new save. Door. I'm going to go through the door, and then I'm going to call it for the night. But as you can see, Cursor has actually completed most of the project. Now we just need to put the smarts in, which will be the next episode. Let me just go open the door. Ah, God damn it. Alright. Let me... You can stay there. Let's have a quick look at Cursor. So what we've done. So phase 1, the database schema is up and running. It's all sorted. It's doing it all by itself. I didn't have to do anything. Phase 2, content fetching pipeline is there. Auto detects content type. YouTube embedded. Yeah, yep. So it's understanding all of these things. We'll do a bit of a robust test of this tomorrow, actually. Phase 3, AI classification. So, it understands what it's doing. Uses Claude to classify radar, validation, multiplier, archive, all of that fun stuff. Server actions are all in place. The Telegram bot is now in place. The web UX inbox is there as well. So if I go portal, capture, I think there's no captures yet. Routed, pending, capture. And I can put a quick capture and idea in here. A link, an idea, a tweet, or a note, or AI will classify it and route it automatically. I have an idea for an auto transcription. Processing, I'm sure it's going to throw up an error because we haven't done the back end for this yet. Although, here you go, it's listed it there, it's gone routed, it's gone validated, it's going to go and validate that idea. Okay, previous ideas, I click on this, what does it do? Okay, back to validate, I have an idea for this. Yeah, we haven't done the scoring in here yet, but you can see that it's understood programmatically what kind of thing I've given it. I said I have an idea and it's put it into validation. It's automatically going to go through the steps and say yes, this is a good idea, or no, this is a bad idea. You should pursue it, and this is how you should pursue it. I'm going to flesh the features out a little bit more in the next episode. If you are interested in learning how to do some of this stuff and getting some of my guardrails, that make the code work as well as it's working here. So you can spin up your minimum ugly products and get them out there to market to get some ideas. If you're interested in becoming an entrepreneur, if you're interested in getting out of teaching, my community is all about teach yourself out. So teachers, I believe, have some highly valuable skills for product management and for content development, and of course for developing side incomes through micro SaaS products. Then please, links down below. Super excited to see you in the next episode, where we will start looking at the back end and some of the artificial intelligence that will make this thing sing and be the back end, the back office for your micro company. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Links in the description. Come work with me. Really excited to meet you and work with you.